Just check your screen is visible now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. The Terzaghi's equation we have derived previously. That is for calculating the ultimate bearing capacity for the continuous footing for the general shear failure. He has given the equation for the general shear failure, and then later it has been modified and used for other types of failures also, and also other shapes of footings also. The equation is being used just by modifying the sum of the term, that is for the shear strength, that is been modified, and the equation is used for other shapes of footings for a strip, a round, square, or the rectangular footings. That equation you already taken. This is the Terzaghi's bearing capacity equation, and again I have taken alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha 3 like that. They are for the shape factors and for square, circular, and rectangular types of footings. I think this equation you all have taken previous class, right? For a continuous footing, for a square foundation and circular foundations. Yes, you have taken, right?
No, sir.
Given no previous class.
Yes, sir, you have given.
Alpha 1, alpha 2 like that I have given.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Today I am going to solve a problem. Given no this equation. If not, you
Yes,
take
sir.
this
Yes.
alpha 1, alpha 2 like that I given. Okay. Then this table I have discussed previous class, how to take the values of NC, NQ, and N gamma, right? For the general shear failure and local shear failure, the general shear failure, the bearing capacity factors were NC, NQ, and N gamma, and for the local shear failure, it has been modified, means just the dash sign will be using NC dash, NQ dash, and N gamma dash, right? Then this also you have taken how to calculate in absence of table the NQ and NC and N gamma, and this also you have taken, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And this I discussed previously, that Terzaghi bearing capacity equation is applicable for general shear failure, and Terzaghi has suggested the following empirical reduction to actual C and pi, that is a cohesion and angle of friction for the soil in case of local shear failure. And just this C and pi he has modified, and he called mobilized cohesion, that is Cm is equal to 2/3 of C, and mobilized angle of friction tan inverse of 2/3 of tan pi. Then NC, NQ, and N gamma are the bearing capacity factors for the general shear failure, and he took NC dash, N gamma, NQ dash, and N gamma dash for the local shear failure. So these are the modified equations of ultimate bearing capacity of foundation. Again, the same only I'm giving you here. Terzaghi bearing capacity theory for the local shear failure. You all have to remember these equations for solving the problems. And after Terzaghi, several researchers worked on this area to calculate the ultimate bearing capacity. After Terzaghi, several researchers worked in this area to calculate the ultimate bearing capacity of the foundation. And the bearing capacity factors NC and NQ do not change much, even though after several research work, this NC and NQ do not change much, but N gamma varies. Only the factor N gamma varies, which depends upon the soil weight, mainly because of the assumption of the wedge shape of the soil immediately below the foundation. Means what the Terzaghi has considered that wedge shape as a triangular shape. So different researchers have taken the different shapes of that wedge, hence that N gamma term will only vary. I hope my voice is audible to you all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So only N gamma varies because of assumption of the wedge shape of the soil immediately below the foundation. And later Mehrop, this is one of the scientists who in 1963 who has worked on the Terzaghi's bearing capacity equation and presented a general form of bearing capacity equation, Mehrop equation. This is called a Mehrop equation. And he gave the Q ultimate. Remember this one, Q ultimate, the same, only just the modified form of the Terzaghi equation. In Terzaghi equation also there was a C, that is a cohesion, CNC, SC, DC, and IC. Again, gamma into DF was also there, and these three terms were there in Terzaghi also. Yes or no? First three, here two terms, and here up to here. Previously, these terms were there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Only the Mehrop has added these three terms. Next three terms. These three terms. Okay. So SC, DC, and IC plus again here gamma D into N Q SQ DQ IQ again 0.5 gamma B N gamma S gamma D gamma and I gamma, and he called those as SC, SQ, and S gamma. He called as a shape factors, that is depending upon the shape of the footing, and DC, DQ, and D gamma he called as a depth factors, and IC, IQ, and I gamma called as an inclination factor. Suppose if the footing is inclined with some angle, and that time you have to take these inclination factors into account, and this equation is called as a Mehrop ultimate bearing capacity equation. This also you remember, if in a problem, if they ask calculate the ultimate bearing capacity by using the Mehrop equation, then you have to use this equation. Are you taking this equation? Just
Yes, sir.
take this, or you can take the screenshot. And here we have discussed about some of the shape factors, depth factors, and inclination factors. How to get those factors here for the shape. These are the formula to be used to calculate the shape factor. It is for any pi, any value of pi. This SC equation to be used to calculate the shape factor. Then SQ, again it will be if pi is greater than 10 degree. This is to be used, and SQ equal to S gamma equal to 1 when the pi equal to 0. See here, when the pi equal to 0, SQ equal to S gamma equal to 1. Similarly, depth factors to be calculated by using these formulas. Depth factors for any value of pi and greater than 10 degree or equal to 0 degree. Similarly, inclination factors. Here inclination factors are given here in the Mehrop equation. And if the foundation or the footing is inclined with some angle, that time the IC, I gamma, and IQ are to be calculated by using these formulas. Okay. So further, this equation is being used by Vesic. He is also one of the scientists, and further he developed the equation as well. And again, the Hansen's in 1970 a general bearing capacity equation he will give. Again, these are the further study of Terzaghi's equation. After Terzaghi, the so many researcher will work on that equation, and different equations will be given by the different scientists. Here again, the ultimate capacity of the soil, how it can be calculated by according to Hansen. So these are the equation he has used. Again, the same. First terms are all are same. I hope you're understanding. First three terms are same as Terzaghi. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See the first three terms. Just look at the first term. C, NC was there in Terzaghi equation. Gamma, DF, NQ was there. 0.5 gamma, BN, NQ was there. All terms were there. Only they are modified by adding some of the shape factors, some of the depth factors, some of the inclination factors, and those are to be considered in the Mehrop equation. And in Hansen equation, he has considered again the shape factor, depth factor, inclination factor, as well as ground factors based on the ground slope he has included, that is G, and also the base factors, that is tilted base, flat base. So like that he is considered, and he has included those factors also here. Just go on adding the factors here. Understanding all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please note it down. This the same equation, just they are adding the sum of the factors. There are some of the factors they are considered, and those factors are added in the equation. So here Hansen has included the shape factor also he has included, depth factor also he has included, inclination factors also he included. ground factors, that is based on the ground slope, and base factors also included, that is tilted base and all, and he has included. Then if later again the Vesic general bearing capacity equation is identical, same equation the Hansen what he has used, the same equation he has also used with slightly different factors, same Vesic equation. But for your syllabus they clearly mentioned Terzaghi's equation as well as IS code method of ultimate bearing capacity calculation. In worst case in question paper, if you get by using Hansen equation or the Meroff equation or Vesic equation, just you remember before going to the exam, just you remember these all equation and go. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Only 1%, 2% chances to get problems on this equation, but you'll get on Terzaghi equation. Terzaghi is the main, that is the equation. Your syllabus is mentioned in syllabus Terzaghi equation IS code method, but you all are MTech student, they may ask in depth, they may ask you consider the Hansen equation or Meroff equation or Vesic equation and calculate the ultimate bearing capacity. That time you have to remember these all equations. Again, these are the general bearing capacity equations, shape factors, depth factors here considered. Then the inclination factors, ground factors, these all are formulas are given here. You can refer any textbook, you will get these formulas. Okay, just to write it down and remember. Okay, these all equation. Practice the problems, you can understand easily all the problems. And very important thing is now the factors affecting the bearing capacity. Bearing capacity of the soil affecting by the factors. What are those factors? The physical features of the foundation. They are the type of foundation, size of foundation, shape of foundation, and depth of foundation. That's why they are all taken. The size factors, that is the shape factors, they are taken. Then they are taken the depth factors also, because it was affecting bearing capacity of the soil. Hence, these are the factors which are most influencing factors for the load carrying capacity of the soil. And rigidity of the structure. Then the type of soil and its physical properties, that is density, shear strength. Then very important is the position of groundwater table with respect to the base of the foundation, where it is lying, whether it is above the foundation, below the foundation, or at the ground level. So depending upon the position of the groundwater table, the bearing capacity of the soil varies. And this also we'll discuss later, what is the how it affects the bearing capacity of the soil. So we'll get the equation for this one. Then the allowable settlement of the soil. So these are the factors which affects the bearing capacity of the soil. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, note it down. Okay. Coming to the very important thing is effect of water table on a bearing capacity. Okay, how it affects. So here the equation for the ultimate bearing capacity by Terzaghi, what the Terzaghi has considered, he has been developed based on the assumption that before deriving the equation, he will make some assumption. That is the assumption that water table is located at a greater depth. He will assume it. Water table is located at a greater depth. But if the water table is located close to the foundation, then the equation needs to be modified. Okay, what the Terzaghi has assumed, the water table is lying at a greater depth. But suppose if the water table is very nearer to the foundation, then the equation to be modified. So here the change in moisture content of the soil, if suppose water table is lying nearer to the foundation, what will happen? The change in moisture content of the soil affects the properties of the soil. Similarly, if the soil gets submerged, its ability to support the load coming over its area is reduced when the water table is above the base of the footing. Okay, if the water table is above the base of the footing, the ability to carry the load get reduced over the area. Okay, then the submerged weight is used for the soil below the water table for computing the discharge. So while calculating the ultimate bearing capacity of the soil, suppose the soil is submerged into water. The submerged weight is used for the soil below the water table for computing the surcharge. Then the water table corrections are applied to determine the ultimate bearing capacity of the soil. Suitable correction factors to be applied to calculate the ultimate bearing capacity of the soil. I hope you understood this effect of water table on the bearing capacity.
Yes, sir.
Then, see the position of the groundwater table with respect to the foundation, how the groundwater table is varying. You all can see these pictures, right, clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Look at these all pictures here. Case 1. In case 1, this is a column and this is a foundation here. Can anyone tell where the water table is lying?
Sir, at the center of the in case 1, at the center of the column, sir.
At the center of the column. Can anybody else? According to Shahbaz, it is at the center of the column. Anybody
At the
else?
ground level, sir.
At ground level.
It is at the ground level. Okay. Anybody else?
Sir, in all three pictures it is varying, sir.
No, it's very incorrect, but I am asking in case 1 where the groundwater table is. Which one will take the reference first? In case 1 where the groundwater table is?
Just above the foundation.
Yes.
So about the foundation.
Yes, exactly. You have to say above the foundation, below the foundation, in line with the foundation, because we need to calculate the ultimate bearing capacity where? Just beneath the foundation. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
You have to take reference what? Base of the foundation. Base of the foundation. You have to call case 1 where it is the groundwater table is lying.
Above the foundation.
Yes. Case 2 where the groundwater table is lying.
At the
Below
base
the
of the
foundation.
foundation.
Base of the foundation, sir.
At base of the foundation. Okay. Case 3 where it is lying.
Below the foundation.
Below the foundation.
Below the foundation.
Yes, it's below the foundation. So these are the 3 cases. In each of the cases, you need to calculate what is the surcharge. Suppose if the groundwater table is above the base of the foundation, the soil lying below the water, means below the water, it is a submerged soil, yes or no? It is a submerged.
Yes, sir.
This much of soil is submerged. It is submerged in the water, right?
Yes, sir.
And
This is
above-
saturation.
Yes, saturation. Above one is a dry weight or a wet weight?
Sir, it is dry, sir.
Yes, it is a dry, correct. Then coming to the base here. So when I am calculating load from the ground, here it is a ground. You all can see this yellow color I am marking here.
Yes, sir.
It is a ground level. From the ground till the footing level, what is the weight? Gamma. Is it a dry weight or a submerged weight?
Dry, sir.
Yes. Below the water, it is a submerged. And coming to the third case. Third case, the groundwater is too far from the base of the foundation. It is away from the base of the foundation. Then whatever the weight of the soil you are taking here, is it a dry weight or a submerged weight?
Submerged, sir.
In case 3, it is submerged.
No, sir. Saturated, sir.
Just look at the figure.
Dry, sir.
Dry, sir.
It's a dry. Where the water table is lying, it is away
Below.
from the foundation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So each of the cases, we need to modify the ultimate bearing capacity equation. That is very, very important for you. It is clearly mentioned in syllabus, effect of water table on ultimate bearing capacity. They will be asking you in exam, write the effect of water table on bearing capacity of the foundation. You have to draw all the 3 cases and you have to explain it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coming to the first case. So first case where we are considering
Above the foundation, sir.
About foundation.
above the foundation, right? Okay, above the foundation, right? Here, look at this case. The groundwater table is lying here. It is above the foundation. The groundwater table is located at a distance D above the bottom of the foundation. It's at a distance of D above the bottom of the foundation. This is the bottom of the foundation. It is lying above it. And this is the general equation we are having according to Terzaghi. Yes or no? This is the general equation.
Yes, sir.
Q ultimate equal to CNC plus gamma into DF NQ plus 0.5 gamma B into N gamma is the ultimate bearing capacity equation according to the Terzaghi. So as you all know, the factors affecting the bearing capacity, in one of the factors ground water table fluctuation. Okay, so how it affects to the bearing capacity of the soil and how the equation can be modified, we are discussing, right? So what is the term to be modified here is modify gamma into DF. You have to modify this gamma into DF because the weight of the soil get varies, yes or no, according to the groundwater table. Is it varying or not?
Yes, sir. Varies.
It's a varying. One will be what? You will get a submerged weight. Correct? Huh?
Yes, sir.
You will get a submerged weight. And that is to be calculated submerged weight here. Okay, next. Here, what will happen when the base of the foundation is here? From here to here, the soil is completely submerged or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. It's submerged.
It is submerged. So what will happen here? When the soil exists below the water, it is in a submerged condition. Then what will happen? A buoyant force, as per according to the Archimedes principle, a buoyant force will be acting, which will be acting on the soil solids, and the net mass of the soil solids is get reduced. The weight will get reduced in this case. Then the reduced mass is known as submerged mass, or it is called as a buoyant force. Hence, we need to take care, that is gamma dash will be submerged unit weight. It will be gamma saturated, it is completely saturated, minus gamma W. Understood this one? This is to be modified.
Yes, sir.
So here they have modified this one. They have taken this as a gamma. Look here. This gamma dash or gamma submerged, both are same. Huh? Understanding? Gamma submerged or gamma dash.
Yes, sir. It's same.
Look here. If we want to calculate the depth, what is the weight to be taken here? This one is DF minus D. Understanding?
Yes, sir.
Multiply by gamma. Gamma is the unit weight of soil above the groundwater table.
Yes, sir.
Plus, again, till here you have to come. Means till the base of the foundation, the soil is lying. That is surcharge. Gamma submerged I am taking into D. Understood? Understood.
Yes, sir.
All of you understood?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Because these are the conditions you have to understand. You see gamma submerged into D. That gamma submerged to be taken, gamma saturated minus gamma W. Again, these two values will be given in a problem. If not given, you have to calculate just by remembering the basic definitions of soil properties in the first unit of geotechnical engineering. Okay, these are the modified equation. Further, here modify 0.5 gamma BNQ term as this term as 0.5, means you have to replace gamma by gamma submerged. Understanding? Gamma by gamma submerged, because it is submerged in a water. Then gamma submerged to be taken, gamma saturated minus gamma W. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt here? Any of you are having doubt?
So what is gamma W?
Gamma W is the unit weight of water, or specific weight of water that is to be deducted. Any doubt? I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll go to the next one. Please note it down, these all. Just you have to modify the term gamma. Okay, because the water is lying above the base of the foundation. The submerged weight of the soil to be taken, that is called as a gamma saturated. The soil is completely saturated here. that saturated weight to be taken, and it is called as a submerged weight of the soil. The submerged weight to be considered for the calculation of ultimate bearing capacity of the soil. And you have to modify the second term and third term here. These two terms to be modified, and according to that you have to write the equation, and finally you have to calculate the ultimate bearing capacity if the groundwater table is lying above the base of the foundation. Second case, where the groundwater is located, only this much is enough to write in exam. Just case 2, groundwater is lying, and if you write the equation like this and no change here like this, you write, it's enough, you'll get full marks. Tell me, where is the groundwater table is lying?
Below the
Sir, at the
foundation.
base of the foundation.
Who is said below the base? Is it exactly at the base, level of the base? It's the level of the
Sir,
level.
it is the, yes, sir, it is at the base of the foundation, sir.
But below the base ಅನ್ಲಿಕತ್ತಿರಲ್ರಿ
Sir, ನಾ ಅಲ್ರಿ ಇದು.
ಯಾರದು?
Sir, below the foundation base, sir.
Below the foundation base ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ರಿ? It is in line with the base, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Below the base ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ, third case, below the base. ತಿಳಿತಾ?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, it is in line with the foundation base. Okay, so in this case, how the equation get modified? So in line with the base of the foundation till here, you will get the dry weight, right? Yes sir.
Yes, sir. Drive it, sir.
ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಡ್ರೈ ವೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತತಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ವೆಟ್ submerged. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
This much soil is submerged. Okay, then the groundwater table is located at the foundation base. Then again the same equation, that is a Terzaghi's equation to be used. And what are the changes here? No change to gamma into df, means ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು change ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ತಿಳಿತಾ? Because df will be what? From the ground level to till the base of the foundation. So it's a gamma into df, no change here. And this 0.5 into gamma b is the base of the foundation we take. We are taking at the base. The only change you get here is what? 0.5 gamma into bn, because at the base is exactly lying at the groundwater. So you need to take the submerged here. Getting my point? So this soil is completely submerged. Understanding? So we have to modify that 0.5 gamma b n gamma is equal to 0.5 gamma submerged you have to take. And that what is gamma submerged? This is the equation to be used. Gamma saturated minus gamma w. Is there any doubt here?
No, sir.
No. I hope all are understanding.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us take this screenshot. Then third case, where the groundwater table is located?
Below the foundation, sir.
Yes, below the foundation here. Groundwater table is located at a depth below the foundation base. Again, the same equation, just look at which all term get modified. Again, base, since the groundwater table is located below the foundation, there is no change for the gamma into df. It will be as it is, the dry weight to be taken. Then the use gamma average in the third term. Gamma average to be used in the third term. The gamma average will be gamma, and this is to be taken if it is lying below the base of the foundation. This equation to be used, and here gamma average when you take when depth is greater than b, means that d is if it is greater than b means this base of the footing. If d is greater than b, if d comes out to be greater than b, you have to take gamma average equal to gamma directly. Then gamma average is equal to 1 by b into bracket gamma d plus gamma submerged into bracket b minus t. When you have to take when the depth is less than or equal to b. So these are the conditions you have to remember. Is it clear for all the three cases? Case 1, case 2, case 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and this is very important for the examination point of view. Very important effect of water table on a bearing capacity. So you have to discuss all the three cases. Again, suitable correction factors to be taken. So again, I'll take while solving a problem, you will understand how it can be taken, the factors and all. So with this, what is the conclusion here? What you can make a conclusion here is at sites where the construction on the soil of low bearing capacity is inevitable, then excess groundwater should be pumped out as required to get the desired bearing capacity. If you come across excess groundwater while doing the foundation, you have to pump it out, okay, to achieve a greater bearing capacity. And higher the water table, lesser is the bearing capacity and strength of the soil. If you are getting more water or a higher water table, the bearing capacity get reduced because the soil gets submerged into the water, and hence the load carrying capacity will be greatly reduced. You need to take the suitable measurements. I hope it's clear to you all. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay, right. I'll share this PPT later. Don't worry, I'll share. But anyway, remember all the formulas. When is your IA? Next week, I think. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next week you are having a IA, first IA. So for first IA, complete first module will be there, complete module. Okay. So site investigation as well as the bearing capacity. Please read it. ಆಮೇಲೆ notes collect ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. Have you collected notes? Have you downloaded notes from the net? Just download it. Bearing capacity. You can refer my PPT also. Okay, with this, yes. Yes.
Questions will be given.
Questions, question bank.
Bank, sir. Sorry.
Question bank, if you want, I'll try to give. Okay, I'll try to give question bank. That's why I asked anybody having question paper previous year. No one is having question papers previous year.
Sir, I asked my senior, sir.
Seniors ಕೇಳ್ರಿ, ಯಾರು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
Sir, I have contacted yesterday, sir. He told he will he is in out of station, sir. He will told to wait 2 days, sir. After that, he will send the question paper.
Question paper I'm also trying to get, but I'm not getting. Okay. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾರ ಕಡೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕರೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ನನಗೆ. Okay. We'll see the pattern of questions. I think I covered maximum in the first module. Just check it out. I covered. Even complete module is there for first IA. Okay, we'll solve one numerical problem. We'll solve one numerical problem and we'll wind up the today's session. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us take one numerical problem, and to understand the numerical problem, you have to remember certain equations. What are those equations you have to remember? Okay. So on kade ella barcode ivella corner ge, but you have to remember. So what are the equation to be remembered before solving the problems? You have to remember ultimate bearing capacity. Andre eno? What is ultimate bearing capacity? Mele, what is the representation? It has represented QU and represent ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಇದನ್ನ represented as a QF. In some of the textbook they are represented as a QF ultimate. If you are referring BC Punimia, they are taking as a QF. And one more textbook, Aurora textbook is there. There he is called as a QU, ultimate bearing capacity. And this is also called as a gross pressure. Gross pressure ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay. ಇದನ್ನ ಬರಬೇಕು. Second, net ultimate bearing capacity ಅಥವಾ net pressure. How they are represented? QNU, net ultimate bearing capacity, or QNF ಹಿಂಗ್ represent ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Yes, sir. We are taking.
Yes, sir.
Please take it because different textbook they are using different notations. Then here net, how it to be calculated? It is calculated QU minus gamma DF. This formula, net ultimate bearing capacity, that is a gross minus surcharge, that is a net. Third, net safe bearing capacity. net safe bearing capacity, they call as a QNS, net safe bearing capacity, QNS. It is QNS equal to QNU divided by factor of safety. Some factor of safety to be taken like this. Then fourth, gross SBC, gross safe bearing capacity. It is represented as QS. QS is QNS plus gamma DF gross, or one more way, QS will be QNU divided by factor of safety plus gamma into DF. So ist formula ನೆನಪಿರಬೇಕು ನಿಮಗೆ. ಈಗ ಬೇರಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ? What is bearing pressure? What is the difference between bearing pressure and bearing capacity? Am I audible?
Sir, what? Yes, sir. Sir, whatever the load coming on the foundation, what that pressure? No, sir, that is the bearing pressure.
Yes, correct. Means the pressure on the soil caused by the building load. That is called bearing pressure. Bearing capacity means
Load divided by area of the floor. Pouring
that is load by area, correct? But the load which the ground can carry safely is called as a bearing capacity. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is the difference ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು? Bearing pressure, whatever the load coming from the structure, from the building load, that is the pressure on the soil caused by the building load. Whatever pressure it causes by the building load is called as a bearing pressure. Then the load which the ground can carry safely without any failure, it is called as a bearing capacity. That bearing capacity only we are defining in different terms and calculating also different way. I hope it's clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take one problem quickly, one simple problem, then you will understand. One simple problem quickly. Right on. Determine the ultimate bearing capacity. Determine the ultimate bearing capacity. I am using a shortcut BC, bearing capacity of a strip footing 1.2 meter wide and having the depth of foundation of 1 meter. Use Terzaghi's theory and assume general shear failure. Assume general shear failure. Have you taken this problem? Determine the ultimate bearing capacity of a strip footing 1.2 meter wide and having the depth of foundation of 1 meter. Use Terzaghi's theory and assume general shear failure. Okay. This is the ground level. What is the depth of foundation given?
1.2
Meters.
1 meter.
1 meter.
1 meter. What is the width?
1.2.
Okay, this is the ground level and this is the depth of foundation, and you all know the failure, general shear failure according to the Terzaghi. So the general shear failure, it will be like this. Okay, then like this, like this, like this, then this. Correct? It was general shear failure, and he has given the equation for the general shear failure. You all know. So first you write what are the given datas. Given data. So pi is given.
No, sir.
Sorry, sir. Here you write take pi is 35 degree. That is angle of friction. Gamma is 18 kilonewton per meter cube, and C value 15 kilonewton per meter square. These are the datas given. The datas given here. Write the given datas here. The datas given here is pi is 35 degree. Same, gamma is 18 kilonewton per meter cube and C is 15 kilonewton per meter square. Then according to the Terzaghi, how will you write ultimate bearing capacity? Q U. What is the formula?
CNC, sir.
CNC S plus gamma DF
DF
NQ plus
0.5 gamma B into N gamma.
N gamma. Okay. So in this formula, Fichal values are not given. NC is not given. NQ is not given. NQ. This is N gamma, no?
Yes, N gamma.
This is n gamma. Okay. So these three factors are given. So angle is given here. Okay. Now angle is how much? Pi equal to
35 degrees.
35. So you have to refer table. Then you would get NC, N cube, N gamma. Okay. If given, you take it. Otherwise, you refer a table. So what type of failure it is? Is it a general shear failure or local shear failure?
General shear failure.
General.
Sir.
For general shear failure, for an angle of 35 degree, tell me what is NC, NQ and N gamma. Quick.
57.8 and 41.4 and 42.4, sir.
57.8.
51.4
41.4.
and
41.
42.4.
And
42.
yes, correct. So all of here, all of you understood this one? Understood all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now substitute in the above equation. What is the answer? QU, tell me. What is the answer? QU. So over. What is the answer?
Sir, also you have to convert that metric cube and metric square, na, sir?
Which one?
Sir, means gamma is in kilonewton per metric cube and C is the kilonewton per meter square.
Don't convert as it is, substitute directly. You will get in kilonewton per meter square only.
So 2070.12 kilonewton.
2070.12.
Kilonewton per meter square.
Correct. Kilonewton per meter square.
Yes, correct.
Bearing capacity. I hope all of you got this answer.
Yes, sir, it's correct.
I'm asking all 9 students who are present.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this simple type of a problems you'll get in an exam. Again, we'll take a different kinds of problem. In this problem, I considered only the general shear failure. So next class we'll consider the local shear failure, how the equation changes, and what type of answer we'll get, and also some problems on water table. That is the position of water table we'll take, and this is on a Terzaghi's method. Again, same equation as per the IS code method, how it has been modified, and again what are the problems of by using the IS code method, and water table effect by using the IS code method we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, with this we'll wind up the today's session. I hope all of you understood the today's session, right?
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt in this problem, you can ask. Otherwise, I'll wind up the today's session. Give your attendance. You can write here. All of you give your attendance here. Right. If you don't have any doubt, you can leave the meeting.